so big man, and it's leaving all the time. Yeah, don't stop that being so good, I'm about to lose my mind. It's a tall, tall building, and that's who is so high. Now look, I see nothing but the big green sky. Rain, 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 rain. Well, it's raining all the time. When I live, he won't fix it. He's so sick for Ricky died. Don't stop it, so don't you lose my mind. Rain, 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 as it is rain.
It reminds me of like dentist's office or I don't know. I don't really have a lot of memories of coloring. I don't really even find it all that fun.
It just is. It's not really wrong or right. It's just what it is, and it's coloring, and that's why it's fun.
Do you think coloring is a social thing or an anti-social thing?
In a way, when you're doing it, it's anti-social, but it shows the world sort of who you are and what you like, and therefore it is social. And
the legend has it that trend started in '67. No, it actually started 100 years ago with Peter Robinson College. It was an all-girls college. Peter Robinson liked the ladies. He invited all the girls over. Actually, it was less more like a college, more like a slumber party, and maybe less more like a slumber party and more like a lawsuit that dragged on for many years.
Sitting here watching the sunset, the red sun's going down. I guess you do about my heart before you came around. Long before you came around. It only takes a moment to see that red sun flare. When anger swings pendulum, there's harsh words everywhere. Yeah, there's harsh words everywhere. So run here to my loving arms and let me hold you close. There's nothing you could say or do that would cause my heart to close. That would cause my heart to close.
Peter Robinson did not like folk music. It was a little known fact, he hated folk music. He didn't like classical music either, so he was kind of limited at times because those were the two large genres at the time. So he enjoyed a form of hip-hop, 100-year-old hip-hop, a spoken word, mainly his own filthy poems, limericks mainly.
More gangster rap, I think.
Yeah, but
Banging pots and pans together.
I mean, just like he liked noise. When folk music started in Peterborough, Peter Robinson was not happy. And everyone hears the name Peter Robinson without quite knowing what he discovered. It's sort of like Sir Sanford Fleming. We're all aware he did something. He had something to do with this area. He discovered something. But you're not always quite sure what it was, but you just nod knowingly, like, ah, yes.
You could say he's the Walt Disney of Peterborough.
Yes. He brought the magic and the laughter and the insanity.
And he tried to build that Epcot Center, but it didn't go over well.
It didn't go over well, so he moved to Peterborough and designed the lift lock.
Force you back down to the ground. Force you back down to the ground. Fly away, man, bird, to the open blue sky. Someday when I get my wings, I'll meet you by and by. Yes, I'll meet you by and my wings. I'll meet you by and by. Yes, I'll meet you by and by.
I think the homecoming to Peterborough is just relates to the comfort of Peterborough. Even when you move away from Peterborough, like Andy's moved away, I've moved away in the past too. Peterborough's the easiest place in the world to come home to. It's easy to come home to a homecoming in Peterborough because you're so comfortable here every day.
It's like falling into a ditch, like, you know,
A nice warm ditch.
a warm ditch full of cheesecake.
Yeah.
I love
The breaks your
falling into the
fall and then
ditch.
you just eat your way out.
I like Hunter Street.
The Hunter Street Bridge.
I like Hunter Street too.
Yeah.
Not so much the bridge. It's very windy in the winter and very cold. And when it gets iced up, it really gets iced up. But Hunter Street as a whole, I think that would be my favorite street in Peterborough because it's where all the artists come to create, drink, mainly drink. But if there was one street you could always call home in Peterborough, as this is the homecoming, Hunter Street would be the homecoming 2005 Peterborough.
Hunter Street is the home of Peterborough.
It was Peter Robinson's favorite street. He named it too.
I came here from Markham, the suburbs, and where there's no live music, and I came here and I saw the Silver Hearts and Dave Tuff, and I decided to stay, I guess, because I fell in love with the music scene and everything that was happening here. So seeing people play live music in a local level, which I never saw before, just sort of made me realize that it was something that I could consider doing, and it wasn't so far beyond the realm of possibility that I could just record my music and start playing it. And that's, I mean, I didn't start playing live until a couple of years ago, and that's sort of what prompted me to do it, was the environment here in Peterborough where it seemed there was so much going on that it was okay to just do that, you know. In Markham, it was a town, you know, 3 or 4 times the size of this, but there was only one place in town that had live music, and there was like one jazz band, and it was these old guys. And I mean, it was great, but there was no young local music. So it was neat to see that happening. That's why I wanted to run the Spill and continue booking local music. I don't know, I mean, music to me is my favorite thing to do, and so if it wasn't for that, I don't think I'd be here.
Don't know what's gotten into me. I'm sorry, I want you to see. Need some time alone, I'm tired of being busy. Wish I could call you on the phone and say, hey, are you busy? Cause we could go out for just a little while until you or I felt like closing our eyes.
Oh yeah, she fit me. She kicked me in the mouth, and I love that woman just yeah.
What does coloring outside the lines mean to you?
It means you're gonna fail. You're not gonna win.
Yeah. You're gonna be held back for many years. You'll never go to a good college. You'll never go to Peter Robinson College.
You'll never win those hot dogs at Kmart.
You'll always be hungry.
Yeah. Always be hungry.
There used to be a Kmart, but then it left because
They colored outside the lines.
it lost. It lost big time.
That's why Kmart lost.
And we're all gonna lose.
Yeah. Walmart stays inside the lines. They just keep it getting bigger and bigger.
They bought the lines.
Yeah.
And they patented them.
Yeah.